how excited are you for the opportunity your team has to sweep the Dodgers today, and especially Paul on the mound? A lot of excitement the last 2 days. What are you hoping your guys go in managing, the emotions of this one and just play as hard as they did the past 2?
Yeah, I think that's the key. Is just doing the same thing that we did the first couple days. Been playing good baseball recently and just continuing to do that. Always like when Paul's on the mound, and great pitching matchup today with him and Snell, and looking forward to a good game.
What are you looking forward to in terms of how he's going to handle the month of September, having now a real full Major League season under his belt?
Yeah, just full Major League season, and we've talked about it, first full Major League season, that we sometimes get caught up in how good he's been and the expectations surrounding him, and just keeping that in mind that this is his first full season. Just finishing strong, the way that we know how hard he works and everything he puts into it, and being able to finish it out, him along with the others. I mean, you see last night having 4 rookies at the beginning of that game, and really for all of our guys just continuing to finish out through the end of September, and managing the innings limits and everything that goes into that with all these guys, just making sure that they finish through the full season and not just have to cut it off because of a limit or anything.
It looks like he's on pace for 32 starts. How much, I don't know if he's on pace for 200 innings, but I know that's kind of important to any starting pitcher. How much of it is about managing that, is not chasing the innings and just chasing maybe good outings each time until you get to that point?
Yeah, that's the key, is chasing the process, chasing the good outings, the work in between, and finishing through the end of September. And as the thing that it stands out to me with Paul is his desire to be great, and the way that he works towards that, the conversations he has towards that, and he's continued to do that through all of his success, all the times that he hasn't pitched as well, and which haven't been many, but just the way he continues to work through all of it and continues to drive to be great, and really focusing on the process of having good outings, having good work in between it, and then allowing the results to be what they are on his start day.
So much has been made about Skenes' pregame routine, everything that he goes through, and it's kind of become a thing. How or if does rain, moving targets, start times, will that impact his intentional work that he does before a game?
We get really good at that here in Pittsburgh. Dealing with rain and moving targets, and he's had a lot of practice. I mean, it was a joke at one point that you can't have a Skenes start without rain and a rain delay and how we go about it. And I think that he's adapted, evolved in how to prepare himself in it as well as the team has it. That's one thing that I think that the guys have done a really good job with this year, is learning how to navigate that and be prepared even through a delayed start or even a delay during the game.
Do we make too much of that, or do we not make enough of it? When we talk about starting pitchers being creatures of habit, something kind of beyond their control that occurs. Is it a thing, or is it not? I don't know if we make too much or too little of it.
It's as a human, and it gets into routines, and all these guys, they have their own routine to get going, and it is something that will throw you off. I think as you deal with it, as you go through it, and the experience you gain, you learn that it's part of playing in Pittsburgh, and how that grit and that blue collar mentality that the city has, that our players have, like finding ways to overcome it and be able to be prepared whenever the game starts.
I'm going to redeem myself with this question since Blake Snell is starting today. What's key against a left-hander like him, who has developed such a good resume in this league and has had so much success over a long period of time? Yeah,
a long period of time. He's unbelievable starter, and I think that, to me, the game plan that we've had that has been pretty successful over the course of the last 3-4 weeks, and finding ways to manage the middle of the strike zone, and something with him that slider that he can throw, and pitches off with the fastball. We have to stay in the middle of the plate and in the middle of the field, and again, not try to do too much. I know we talk about it all the time, and it sounds cliched and simple. That's kind of how we have to go about it, and not do too much when you go up there. Allow it to happen. Have a good at bat. I mean, looking at the at bats last night with Brian Kutch, they hit the home runs, but it's the process, it's the approach that they take up there that really stands out.
How tough is it when you have two lefties in a 3-game series that that's 2 games O'Neal's not in the lineup? Is he having struggles against lefties again, or is it more just trying to put him in position, given the funk he was in, put him in position to be successful against righties?
Put him in position to be successful, get that confidence going. I thought one of the biggest at bats the other night was O'Neal against Banda. You know, when we had 2nd and 3rd and Tommy scored on the contact play, for O'Neal to come up in that situation, put the ball in play, move it forward in a close game, was really big, and you know, continue to get O'Neal exposure against the lefties, because he is going to play against lefties. Horwitz is going to play against lefties too, and right now where we're at, getting York needs to play too, and getting Canario in there against left-handers. He's had some success recently. In Boston, I know it was off a righty, but finding ways to get him some experience out there as well. So just like we talked about with everything with the starting pitching, with the infield rotation, if you will, the fluidity of being in September and getting guys experience, and finding ways to do that.
Brian made a couple of good plays in right field yesterday. He mentioned post-game that he feels that he's improved defensively. Has he?
Oh, tremendously.
How?
I think that he's moving better. He started doing a little pre-pitch thing that has increased his range. When you look at what he's done post All-Star break, he's right now 4th in right fielders in outs plus minus, in the way that he's been going about it. He's worked extremely hard on it. His jumps have gotten a lot better, from the eye test, and also from a metric standpoint. You see everything trending up. And the one thing, Brian is very competitive, and again, Brian wants to be great. And when he was always looking for things to improve, and found something that has really worked for him. And a couple years ago, his arm wasn't playing as well, and he took a full off season, and now he's got strong arm, like when he goes out to right field. But it was something that he had to work on, and he's worked extremely hard on the defensive side, and has seen a lot of improvement as the season has gone on in right field.
So not long ago, he wasn't grading out very well metrically, just in the publicly available stuff. You're saying this improvement has happened, a big improvement has happened in a relatively short period of time, if I'm understanding?
Really short period, yeah, since the All-Star break.
Okay.
Donnie, what would it mean for Paul to win the Cy Young to you and the organization if he would win it? I mean, it looks like he's the favorite right now.
Yeah, it's obviously for the guy, the way he works, the way he competes, the stuff he's got, the way he goes about it. I think we all want that for him, and I think that hopefully it's this year. Whether it's this year or not, he is a Cy Young worthy pitcher. It mean a lot to Paul, to the organization. For him to win that, I think in knowing Paul and the way that he goes about things, the thing that is so impressive is that's not why he does what he does. He does what he does because he wants to be really good, he wants to be great, and he wants to go out there and help the Pittsburgh Pirates win baseball games. And as he continues to work at that, I think that those accolades and awards are going to be a byproduct of who he is and how he goes about things, and the talent that he's been blessed with. And he's deserving of that award. Hopefully it happens this year, but knowing him and the way that he goes about things, that it's going to be a consistent conversation.
What's it like just to see him starting the game off against Ohtani? I mean, that was the talk of baseball when they went head-to-head last year. And now here they are. It's going to be the first bat of the game.
Yeah, no, it's always fun when you get to see those matchups. And correct me if I'm wrong, was it strikeout and then homer?
Strikeout and then homer.
Yeah, and like when you have those matchups of, two powerhouses going against each other, that's fun. That's what baseball is all about, is seeing those matchups, and it's exciting.
Paul's called that big on big. I mean, do you see the difference in Paul when he gets those type of matchups?
Oof.
When he goes up against an Ohtani or a Judge or someone like that?
Every time Paul takes the mound, he has that same type of demeanor, same type of mindset of going after it. You know, maybe for, I don't know, you'd have to ask him, but just really impressive to me how he takes every single start the same way and works towards that between starts as well.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.